This conference will now be recorded.
Chetnish will just give it 2-3 minutes more. We have people connecting. Are you fine?
Sure.
Yeah, it's 3-1. We'll just wait for 2-3 minutes more and then we can ask. I will start the introduction here.
Sure, definitely.
So good afternoon, everyone. I think we will still have people joining in, but I think we can start with our webinar today. So very good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining in for our session today. I am Sapna Verma, Head of HR and Recruitment Services at IFCCI, and we're very, very happy to partner with Join in Campus for this very interesting session today on benefits of studying in France. So during the webinar, you will gain helpful insights regarding higher education in France, benefits of studying in France, information about top universities, and also a lot of information on the admission process. Join in Campus is one of the leading edtech companies which connects universities and global agencies to recruit international students through an online platform. Founded in 2008, Join in Campus enjoys a global presence and has assisted over 7,000 students to secure admissions overseas. Join in Campus is connected to 2,500 plus recruitment partners and counselors worldwide, and they have an expert team with substantial experience and background in the education sector. I'd now like to call upon my colleague Neha Nithani, Manager HR and Recruitment Services, as she will introduce our speaker for the day, Chetnesh Mishra. So Neha, over to you.
Thank you, Sapna. I hope I'm audible.
You're audible.
Hi, am I audible? Okay. Hi, thank you so much, Sapna. So I welcome everyone for the webinar on benefits of studying in France. Our speaker, Mr. Chitnesh, IFCCI alumni member, he is on a mission to help students build and grow their career. Assisted thousands of students in getting admitted into the best schools in fields of studies with substantial expertise of 15 years. So I welcome Chitnesh, and over to you, Chitnesh.
Thanks, Sapna. Thanks, Neha. Yes, so I hope you can see my screen. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present my screen, and at the same time, if you have any question, I'll give some time to ask you the questions, and we can definitely discuss. Once I will go through the whole presentation, then we will have a big round of question answers now. Yes, so let me present myself. My name is Chetnesh Mishra from Join in Campus. I'm a founder and CEO of this company since 2008. I'm an alumni of HEC Paris. I'm an alumni member of HEC Paris, where it's one of the leading business school in the world. Yeah, so here is my presentation. Join in Campus is world's leading edtech company specialized for France. One of the reasons is that me and many other people who studied in France in 2005 and 6, and we started this initiative. Time by time, we became leader for Europe, and now we are worldwide leader. But still, we are called a specialized for France company. Okay, the next. Yeah, we are a proud member of many organizations, including, I will say the first name is IFCCI, ISEF, EAIE, EU India Chambers, NAFSA, WEBA, and a lot more. Well, this is the basic information about France. You are here, so you might know it, but it's always good to have this information. France is in the heart of Europe, fourth most popular destination for international students. A quick points about France. It's a part of European Union, bordered by 6 countries: Germany, Belgium, then Luxembourg, Switzerland, and so on. A modern and dynamic European country, world economic power for sure. And the greatest thing is that France is welcoming international students. So by 2027, France is expecting at least around 500,000 students a year. France is highly reputed for elitist grown Lego system of education in business. Due to COVID, we do not have a great data for 2022-2021, but here is the data which we have. In 2016-17, France had over 4,200 students, which became over 8,000 students, and in 2018 and 19, the numbers have been 10,000. So you can see the growth within few years, 2-3 years, it's more than double. And thanks to French government as well, that they would like to attract 20,000 Indian students by 2025. That's a good data that shows that the number of students studying in France is going to increase, and the interest is already there that we can see here in Indian market. Choose France, President of France, who is saying about France is now the most attractive country in Europe for foreign investments, and it has a lot of good things about jobs, life of territories, and for economic as well. So it's always a give and take. So when you are going to study in France, that means you are actually helping to create the jobs and to create the economy as well. And of course, you're shaping your career. France ranked almost in top 10, especially Paris is ranked the best student cities. In 2015, it was ranked #1. By 2021, it's still among top 10. Benefits to international students, fourth most popular country, first non-English speaking host country. That's very interesting because France, as we know, that we always see US, Canada, US, UK, and many other countries where there is a huge flow of students. But France is one of the top destinations, which is non-English speaking country, but still it is one of the biggest host country. They are recruiting around 370,000 foreign students. The data could be of last year or within last 2 years, but it's a 1 year data. And the great thing is that France universities are having more students within the next 5 years, last 5 years. That's the rise is around 21%. English taught programs, 1700 plus English taught programs are available in France. 3500 plus public and private universities are there. Education system, you may aware about some of the logos here, but it's if you are not, it's important for you to understand. The first one is AMBA, which very rare schools have in the world. ASCSB. And the last, I will not spend a lot of time on this, but the IQUIS. So if you have these 3 accreditations, which France has a lot of universities and business schools that have it, you are among 1% or 2% of the business schools of the world. And if I'm not wrong, France is probably the #1 country which has maximum business schools with triple accreditations. Learn French while in France. It's a global language of culture, travel, and for higher education, language that opens the world, and language for international relations and job market. And of course, there are a large number of training centers in France to learn French. Here, I would like to share my personal experience. While I was a student in France, I was an MBA student in France in 2005 and 6. The first thing I wanted to know was how to learn French. Believe me, when I tried to research on it, I got a lot of organizations that I can enroll French for. There are teachers for that, and you actually do not spend a lot of money, or sometimes it's free to learn. Okay. At the same time, people encourage you when they know that you like to learn French. They encourage you to learn well and correct your mistakes. And I have seen students who get a good hold over French within 6 months of time, or maybe in a year of time. English proficiency test not required. That's again a beauty. Some schools, they say we require IELTS or TOEFL, but for Indian students, sometimes it is waived off. So if you have studied from English medium, or maybe when they judge from your interview, then it's a benefit for you. Yeah. Cost of living. As we know, Paris is one of the most expensive cities in the world. So of course, it's expensive, around 850 to 1,000 euros. Consider as your housing, grocery, utilities, and a lot of other expenses. But if you are outside Paris, it could be 650 to 700 euros. I would again share my personal experience about these expenses. These are the expenses that you have your own apartment, and you're enjoying your freedom of staying individual. But at the same time, if you want to share your apartment, the cost could be very lower. Right. So if you are friends, or you are two friends or three friends, you have a bigger apartment, or maybe apartment at least you are comfortable with, your expenses can be lower. There are a lot of scholarships available. I won't go deep into it, but we can also share this information to team of IFCCI, and they can share it to you. One of the greatest benefit that France has is a housing subsidy. So what happens is, when you, let's say you have an apartment of 600 or 700 euros, you are eligible to get 30 to 40%. It's not only you; every student is eligible to get 30 to 40% of this subsidy. So again, your monthly expense is getting lower because of this. Just one of the reason is Paris accommodation is expensive, but you get this benefit as a student. And plus, I have seen almost good number of students sharing apartment with friends from the same college, or maybe from some same city in their home country, and they save some good amount. Apostillation, okay, and translation in French required for housing allowance in France, but not required for student visa application for France. I think this is good. One of the reason is that few years back you were required to do it here in India as well, but now French government is making getting visa hassle free. So this is something that you may not require when you are looking for your student visa. 20 hours per week is allowed. Officially 9.76 per hour is paid. We all have this Burger King, KFC, Starbucks in Paris. We have a lot of, because I'm giving a webinar in India. We have a lot of Indian restaurants, then Indian souvenir shops, or maybe we have a huge Indian community. Not like UK or US, but we still have the Indian communities. So you can get in touch with them, and you can explore some options. You have a very good a big Facebook community as well. I think it's roughly around 25,000 people, and when you are there, you can, if you have some questions, just connect with people, and you will get maybe your queries are solved there. France ranked second best country for producing the most employable graduates. And now, coming back to the beauty of studying in France, one of the reasons to study in France is the internship. What happens is, usually when you go for your master's degree or bachelor's degree, but here I will talk about master's because our topic is for experienced people who are working there. So when you go for a master's program, your program is around 12 months to 16 months or 18 months. The duration is not fixed because of the internship. You have 2 semesters of your studies, and 1 semester is your internship. This internship could be 4 months internship, 6 months internship, or more. Now what is happening? These are the logos we have shown. It's not just to show this logo, but good number of Indian students are studying here, working here as an intern, and after working as an intern, they have a good opportunity to get the job with the same company, or of course, because of their experience in these companies, they get jobs in other companies. Yeah, so and why? One of the reason is these are multinational companies. When they are multinational companies, they may look for a person who can communicate in English as well, apart from France, and this is the reason that you have the opportunity to do an internship. Personally, again, my experience is there that I have good number of friends who are working in HP and General Electric, and there are a lot of recruitments from this side. So, well, I'm talking about in the business side, in computer science or information technology side, there is no limit. I mean, there are a lot of companies that they invite students. Post-study work opportunity. So depending on your program, you usually have 1 year to 2 years of post-study work permit opportunity. If your program is with Grand Lecon, then yes, you have student visa, and then maybe you will have your student visa again because you are continuing as a student. And the third year could be your post-study work opportunity visa, and the fourth year could be extended. But I really feel that you do not need this if you get your job. So once you are done with your studies, you are looking for a job. So you have a visa to stay there and find a job. As soon as you get your job, this visa cancels, and you are actually getting your post study. You get your work permit. It's a European Union visa. So again, the beauty is that you can travel anywhere for your interviews, even for your vacations. I see many people go for a weekend because like Brussels is maybe just 2 hours or 3 hours by train to reach, and you enjoy for a weekend and you come back in Paris. There are opportunities of permanent residency when you are working there for a long time. Many of our students enjoy the benefit of being a French passport holder. But I would always say that wait for at least 36 months of salary slips that you should have. And then you take your decision whether you want to apply for your long-term work permit, or there are other work permits as well. So of course it depends what is your decision after 3 years of working with the same company or different companies. It doesn't matter, but it's always good to have 36 salary slips before you take your decision for applying for the residency. And of course, after this session, we will have the question answers session. So I will welcome questions about it. You have a 5-year alumni visa, so study from there, and then you have this benefit. Here are some schools, triple accredited schools that you can benefit with. Neoma, which has 2 beautiful campuses in suburb, or maybe just 2 hours or 3 hours of train. And then the third one they recently opened in last few years, 2-3 years, in Paris. Toulouse Business School. This Toulouse is a place where Airbus is based, so they have very good programs in business as well as in aviation. Montpellier Business School, a beautiful city, Rennes School of Business, third leading student city in France. Cache Business School, multiple campuses, Paris School of Business in Paris, ISC Group, ESCA, and Exilia Group. Top ranking schools of France, Schema, Epita. I mean, I won't go for everybody, but you have a good number of engineering and business schools or hospitality or fashion schools here. Most preferred courses in France and the fees: information technology, business management, engineering, law, fashion, luxury, finance, arts and design, hospitality management. Bachelor starts from 6,300 euros, and the master starts from 7,300 euros per year. So you could become a master degree holder of 2 years with maybe 15,000 euros or more, or if the program is for 1 year, then it depends what's the fees from the school. I would say it is still affordable, and again, based on my personal experience, the quality of education is amazing because of the international structure. Then you have students from multicultural You have professors from different countries and a lot more benefits. There are two admission intakes, fall and spring, September, October. The spring one is January to May. Application and visa process. What I would do is this is something that again you can always check with the team. Just get in touch with people who are in contact with, maybe join in campus or maybe IFCCI. We have a list of the required documents. Application to visa process is again, there is a process involved, and because there are a lot of process involved about finalizing the university and courses. But I would add one thing, that it's not so easy to get admitted in French school. You need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare why you choose France, why you choose to study this program, and what's your future plan. This will actually help you to at least help admission manager to understand your purpose of coming to France. And then the process starts, which involves the process of Campus France and applying for your visa permit to the French embassy. Campus France documents and checklist. Again, these are the ones, but we can always discuss later on. It's a big list. Visa checklist documents, again the list, but common list, we can always connect about it again. Funds to be shown. Living expense for Paris campus should be around 850 to 1,000 euros per month, and simply divide by 12. So this is going to be maximum 12,000 euros that you are required to show that you have enough expenses to stay in France. Other than Paris, the cost could be 650 euros to 700 euros or more per month. So this is actually required for you to survive in Paris or in other cities of France. Methods of showing funds are education loan could be the best, savings account statements 3 months old, fixed deposits 3 months old should be required. You can also have a third party sponsor, but up to 30% of the total funds to be shown. Maximum 2 sponsors are acceptable. Liquid funds only. So when I say liquid funds, fixed deposit, savings account, this will be working well. But if you say, okay, I have 5 million euro house, it won't work. Okay, in Indian amount, let's you say I have a 1 CR or 2 CR house, maybe they will not consider this amount, but they will consider what you have as a liquid assets. You have some expenses from for applying to Campus France. That's the fees is 17,500 for the fees, and the visa fees is 99 euros. Visa process time could take around 15 to 30 working days, depending on your situation. How is if your file is very easy to go, they may send you results in 5 days as well. But 15 to 30 is a good to say right now. Quickly about joining campus. We established in 2008. We have a network in 40 plus countries. We have 1,500 plus top universities from the world. 2,500 associates and counselors are working with us from the world. That includes Latin America, then Middle East, Africa, and of course South Asia is one of the strongest part of us. What we offer is the first thing is we help you to choose the top university based on your academic and your experience. Then we have scholarship assistance for you, how to apply for the visa, post-study work permit regulations, pre-departure guide, enrollments, interview guidance, and application process and review submissions. So a lot of services are involved, and the best thing about joining campus is many of our team members are even 14 years of experience as well. So when you talk to people, they are expert for France, and the information what you get from us is highly successful. That's why we say pioneer of France, promoting France since 2008, and promote 100 plus French universities, which makes us one of the best, or probably #1 private company that promotes these many universities. Here are some of our promotions we always do, like in Dubai, or we do some exciting webinars where we invite people from Campus France, 50 members, French embassy people as well, to share information to our students. So our goal is to help you out, to help you to take the correct decision, and we have a team who will help you for this. Our network is in 40 countries. These are the ones where we have universities for sure, but the students are from different nationalities, from anywhere from the world. Expanding globally, 2,500 associates and counselors, 40 plus countries, and we are located in France, in India, in US, and in Canada. These are our own registered offices. Yeah, so well, I'm thankful that you listen carefully about it, and now I would like to see my video because I didn't see it. Okay, so I'm open for question answer round now from participants.
Chetnesh, you may in fact put off the presentation so we can have you on full screen then, if you like. Yeah.
Sapna, say it again.
I said if you switch off your presentation, we can have you on the full screen. Your camera will open.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want me to cancel my screen, right?
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen and we can see if you can. Yes, perfect. Yes, perfect. Yes. And now I'll open it up and ask the attendees to directly ask you any questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Please feel free. We're a small group, so unmute and ask Chit.
Yes. Sapna, I think I am one of the best professors.
Okay, there's a question.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying there was a question from Gislin Toko about the presentation. We're doing a recording and we will be putting it up on the IFCCI YouTube. So yes, you will be able to access it later on. Some have joined late, so they are worried they missed out, but we'll make it accessible to you. Yeah. Sorry, somebody.
Yes. Hi. This is Bhuvan. I'm basically one of the students who already came to France like 6 years ago, and I'm already currently working. I'm currently working already in Paris. But the reason why I joined this particular meeting is first I'd like to thank you that it's a great initiative, because when I wanted to come to France back in 2016, I didn't have this kind of a platform where people are giving so much of knowledge on the whole process of onboarding and how to deal with things and the benefits students have here, for example. So thank you very much for that. My only question is, for example, when a student arrives to France, of course we have a lot of worries about employment. So is there anything that IFCCI provides in terms of like after support for students to be able to find jobs easily, or it could be something related to resume building, any sort of help you guys are providing?
Okay, so Sapna,
so should I answer that? Yeah.
But I can answer if you want, or if you have an answer, you can start with.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I replied also, Bhuvan, on the chat that you can share your CV with us, and we keep getting job opportunities. We have a career site, and once you send us your email, we will direct you to your career site where you can upload your CV and you can see all the job options. So we do have many open at a current time, and you can definitely access, and we can help you for that. So that's not a problem. In fact, I think I'll add to one more point to what Chetnesh said. I think from all the countries, I think France is one of the countries which has a very active HR and recruitment services via the Indo-French Chamber, where we are able to help with this job opportunity part of it. So yeah, most certainly I'll again ask my team member to put the ID. Please share your CVs with us, and we'd be happy to support you in any way we can. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
So Bhuvan, I would like to add here one thing, and this is for all students who are actually either studying in France or they are planning to study in France. What I noticed is when you are in France, try to take maximum help from the university for making your perfect CV, especially the French style CV. What I notice is when I receive a CV from the student, there are a lot of things are lacking. CVs are good, but you are in a country where you need to adapt their culture as well, that how HR managers see your CV, right? So so whoever is there or whoever is in who is planning, just try to observe and take a help from the university for the CV.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
I actually had a question. So you mentioned in your presentation that when you're on a student visa, you're allowed to work for 20 hours per week. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So just a couple of days back, I was actually on the immigration website where it stated that they in fact recommend people working full time, even when they are on a long term student visa, because living in France itself is so expensive. So it's kind of like contradictory information for me. If you could just explain it in brief.
Okay. Just to say it again, you said you read somewhere that you are allowed to work full time on your
Not
student visa.
allowed. They basically recommend people to work on a full time, like on a like how do I put it? Like on full time basis, because living there itself is so expensive. If you are
Okay.
like on that long term visa or something on those lines.
Okay. Okay. So Drishti, what happens is when you are a student and when you are studies, officially you are working for 20 hours. And when you have your holidays like summer vacations or something, when you are not going to the school, at that time you can work for more hours. All right. But the thing is that if you are a student and you are spending 20 hours a week in your school, you're working on a daytime, definitely you will not be able to work full time as a student. And it's not only a France rule, it's a global rule that usually you are allowed for 20 hours a week. If you take my suggestion, I would always suggest students that if possible, have this budget that you do not need to work in France for at least for first 6 months. Why? The reason is that your course is very intense. Especially business schools or engineering schools, you will feel that okay, you do not have time to do your part-time jobs as well. It's because of your education. It's not that the country is allowing you 20 hours, but sometimes school courses are so intense that you may not wish to join the part-time job.
Okay. So I was actually looking at a course which is at the University of Sorbonne. So they
Okay.
had the management program. I think it was the international MBA program, which is
Yeah.
actually a part-time program, like a part-time studies program, which allows people who are working full-time. So
Correct.
is that something which is applicable for international students as well, or is it only for the French
Yeah.
students?
So Drishti, probably this is called an alternance program. All right, where you study for 1 week and you do your job for 3 weeks of time. In that case, yes, you are allowed. So it's more like an executive program that we say. Okay, not proper executive, but it's an alternance program where you don't need to go to school every week, But if you are required to go to school every week, then you should work. You should work for 20 hours a week.
So okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello.
Yes, Venugopal.
Yeah, thank you, Chetan. Thank you for Chetanj for this webinar. Very valuable information from your side. One question for a working professional like more than 10, 12 plus years of experience. For example, if I'm a professional, I knew there were some programs from N+I where the industry means some companies like Altron or Alten had some joint programs with the universities for the working professional, so that 1 year can be spent in the company while working and 1 year program with the university. So there was a tie-up between the company and the universities. So is there such kind of options are there available? Can you guide us for that?
Yes. So Venugopal, again, it's all about the alternates program that you study for 1 week in a month, and then you have three weeks to work in a company. Well, it's not so easy. It's definitely challenging because finding a company who will actually pay for your studies while you are working in France, and you will still be studying there as a student. So, I mean, there are programs, but very limited. I would also add one thing that we have been promoting France for 14 years. We see many schools close this program as well, just because the success ratio was okay for this. I'm not talking about all universities, but few universities had this alternance program, but they no more have this program.
Hello.
Yes, Bhuvan.
I'm Rajesh actually. Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay, yeah. I could see you are on unmute for a long time, but yeah. We didn't have opportunity.
Yeah. So is French language a 100% requirement for employment in France? If so, during the main course of studies, is this French language provided by the university or the school free of cost along with the main course, or is it a separate program which needs to be funded by the student actually?
Okay, Rajesh, first of all, thank you so much for this question. I really love to answer this question because it's France, it's French, so we always have to see what actually happens. So, see, when you are in France, you require French to buy your stuff or to live in France, right? You are not required to learn French from India. Okay, even if you have zero knowledge of France from India, it's fine. You go to study in France, and then the next thing comes. What you asked is, yes, you have a French as a foreign language as a part of your program with most of the schools. Okay.
Yeah.
But consider this program is like they are teaching you basic of French language. Okay. So it's not you will become masters in French with this program.
Okay.
But again, the beauty of this, how you can learn French is when you are in France, your complete environment is French. You are at the bus station or the metro stations. You read only in French. You listen French, and then your environment is French. So it becomes easier for you to adapt the language.
Sure.
And at the same time, like I already explained in my webinar, that you have an opportunity that there are many organizations that actually help students or anybody in France to learn French. I did with 2 organizations, and that was free of cost. For me, it was free of cost, and that was I was helped by Mairie de Paris, which is like there is a government organization. They helped me to visit this place and do this stuff, and it really helped me. So yeah, you can learn.
Actually, why I asked this question, because actually nobody was asking, and I felt, I've been visiting France for almost last 18 years for business, for various events, Every year I'm visiting 2 times or 3 times, like Cannes or NSC. So I felt like, the French language, even though you are going to be educated in MBA or masters or whatever, I felt like, a French language knowledge is very crucial for success, actually, as a, for employment in France. That's very much required, so that
Correct.
everybody should know that. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, definitely. I would say that if you have choose to study in France, why not to get a command over this language, right?
Correct.
I would also want to add that probably thousands of students every year when they are studying in France. Very limited students speak French, but rest of them they are in France and they are learning and then they are experiencing and they are getting their jobs. Now the maybe when you are in the engineering background, you may require less French because you are doing programming in English, right?
That's true.
And when you are in business program, you need to communicate, and in communication, if you are even with your multinational company, sometimes yes, you will require French. So I would always encourage students that you have enough time as a student to learn French.
And as a business professional, after the program of this webinar, I would also approach you for any, part-time MBAs which can be done in France. That would be helpful, actually.
Yeah. So again, it's like an alternance program, or sometimes it's an if you say you have an experience of 18 years, then executive program. Okay. So I mean there are a lot of programs which are available, and and they are the top. They are ranked top in the world. So and believe me, their fees is not higher. I mean, of course, I did my executive from HEC Paris. And it was very high, but if I see some of the schools, some of the business schools, you can also learn executive MBA. Let's say this example in 20,000 or 30,000 euros as well. And that's called a global MBA. So that means you are visiting 5 countries in the world.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for your information.
Thanks for this question.
Sorry, just to answer on Rajesh, because since I had this journey 6 years ago where I came as an English speaker, and now after 6 years, I have a good hold of the language. However, however, the thing is, it also depends, because my school really helped me in a way that they really help target companies which are headquartered in Paris or headquartered in Sofia Antipolis, for example. And then, of course, when it's a headquarter, you don't need to speak, you don't need to work in French. Of course, you have to still, kind of learn the language during, let's say non-official events like lunches or things like that. But for example, for the last 6 years, I'm still working in English, even though the company that I work for is totally English working. But of course, I find the occasion during lunches or after work events to be able to improve my French.
Correct.
See, why I asked this question, because while studying MBA, most of the people attend the global events, the exhibitions and all those. France is very famous for all these events, actually. You take anything, be it tourism, be it entertainment field, be it IT, the tire field. So when you go to events, I think the language will be a bit helpful. I feel like that. I felt like that. Somehow.
I mean, to be honest, French, yes, definitely helps. To be honest, I mean, if you have a basic knowledge, it actually gives a bit of a good, let's say, confidence to the company that you are into the culture and you are, going to adapt.
Sure. Thank you so much, Bhuvan, and thank you, Chetan. I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. Thanks. Bye.
I actually just have a follow-up question on that. I'm so sorry. So I am actually currently doing my French language course from AF. So I am in my I'm in my B2 levels right now. So I've finished, like I've given my test B1 and all. I'm done with that. So I just wanted to understand, like how Bhuvan just mentioned that it's not really important if you're working in a headquarter, but it's not necessarily important that everybody does end up getting, like, chance to work in a company which is headquartered in France or Paris, for example. So then what happens? Then, like, what kind of knowledge or what level of language is actually required? Because that's something even I've heard Like they actually do want people who can write emails, have like a fluent or a decent conversation in French, at least with the within the organization, with the customers, or whatever it is.
Yeah. So Drishti, if I say about your example, if you are in B2 level right now, you will be much more comfortable when you will be in France. And your journey from B2 to C1 and C2 would be very fast. Because you will be in the French culture, the total French culture. Whether it's a local company or a multinational company, I don't think it will. I mean, you will have benefits, a lot of benefits of your learning from India. Yeah. So, is this something that am I asking, answering your question, or you have something else to ask?
No, I think that's about it, because that's what I wanted to understand. Like, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what I had also heard. Like, you need to have some kind of knowledge, or
Yes.
at least some kind of fluency, not just like the basic structure, but at least some fluency over the language to actually survive in the country.
Yes, yes, Drishti. See, what happens, I have seen people, uh, definitely, I'm not here to demotivate to learn French. I have seen people that they are for 15 to 20 years in France, and because they are their culture is 100% English in their in their company and with their friends. They are speaking very limited French, even after spending so many years. And some people, even in just 1 year of time, they learn French very quickly. And Usually it's not the differentiation in any country, but I love the students from Vietnam the most, because I don't know why. Whenever I meet Vietnamese student and I say, hey, how long it has been to you in France? Maybe they say 1 year, and their French is perfect.
Okay.
So, and there might be one of the reason is that maybe their English was not so good when they came to France. This is the reason they have to either learn English or French. So of course, they will prefer learning French. Um for students from India, we speak very good English, and whenever we go out in Paris, or maybe in other cities, we try to take help of what we know already. So that's the reason that the pace of learning French might stop a little bit.
Okay, got it.
But you are
And
always in a
I
good position.
actually,
Yeah.
oh, thank you. I also actually had one more question. So you said that depending on the duration of your course, they give you a post-study work visa, which is either for a year or 2 years, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what happens after that? Like, how many years of work visa is usually given? Like, is it
Okay.
like for a year or?
Yeah, good question. So what happens is, when you, let's say your program is part of Grand L'École and you did your 2 years of master's program. I hope there is no student for bachelor's here, because I have more information about masters. So after your 2 years of student visa, the third year is your is called your job search visa. Okay, so you are given 2 years of job search visa, but extended by 1 year and 1 year. Okay, uh, I believe not a lot of students require the second year of job search visa. The reason is that within 1 year of itself, they get their job and so on. So even that job search visa will convert into work permit. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
what. Yeah. So what is
yes.
the duration of the work permit?
Correct. So duration of work permit is 1 year again, and it can be extended by 1 year, 1 year, and 1 year.
So every year we need to keep renewing it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes. For the next 3 years, it doesn't matter if you change the company or you are in the same company. Yeah, that's fine.
But you need
And
to
then,
inform immigration.
yeah. You need to. Yeah, the company does it for you. So when company hires you, company does it for you.
Okay.
I mean, they
on this
help
one,
you.
Jitnesh.
If they are a big company, they will help you. If they are a smaller company, like a local
Hi.
company, they may just say about it. Yes, Bhuvan.
Yeah, on this one, just because I've been through this process, I would like to highlight that it really depends on, the base salary that your employer has given you. So for example, recently they have changed this base salary to 38.3K per year. And if you have this salary, then you basically qualify for Passport Talent, which means you
Yes.
get a 4-year work visa straight away. So if you are
Okay.
below this, yes, you have to go on by 1 year by 1 year. which is right.
Okay.
But for example, in my case, I was above this threshold, so my company straight away, got me the 4-year visa directly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And after this, for everybody's information, when you have this, let's say 36 salary slips, that means of 3 years of job. Many of our students apply for their long-term residency of 10 years card. So, and then they get the 10 years card. And also some of the students, then when they finish this, not the 10 years, but the 3 years of time, they work more with the company, and they start the procedure to apply for the French passport as well. So, and they get it as well. We have a lot of examples of getting French passport in the 10 years of residence permit.
Yes, I'm currently in
Hello,
the process.
I have
Hi,
a follow-up question for that. So
Yeah.
when we apply for permanent residency, do we actually do we actually take this French nationality? Do we give up on our Indian nationality? Is that so?
Yes.
Yeah, Bhuvan. Yeah, I think Bhuvan is a good example. Yes, Bhuvan.
Yes, you have to, because India does not allow dual citizenship. So that means if you take French citizenship, then you have to get rid of Indian citizenship. But you can have the OCI card, which is, I think it includes all the benefits except voting. So you won't be able to vote in India, but the rest you can still travel.
Yes,
So I
Bhuvan.
can go to India and own property as well.
Yes, I think
Yes,
so, yes.
But I'll
the
just be an
OCI gives you
NRI.
benefit.
Is that
Yes.
so?
I mean, I'm already an NRI status since I got the, the 4-year this work permit. I think once you are not in the country for more than a year, they put you as NRI status already.
Okay, all right. And so when I apply for PR, that also means that I get the benefits that normal French citizens get, right? Like APL, be it CAF, or voting for that matter. Like, so do I actually become a French citizen?
So, Mayank, for CAF, you just need to be an international student. You don't need to be a PR holder.
But for other stuff, like for voting, or be it retirement facilities or medical
Yes.
health facilities, all of that,
Yeah.
do I benefit from those facilities as well?
Do you want me to answer? Yeah. Basically, once you come to France as an Indian citizen, so of course you have to go through the whole process of staying here for 5 years and working. So until then, of course you're not allowed to vote, but medically you're fully covered because you have social security plus your company is mutual. So you're fully covered medically. And CAF, basically you will stop getting CAF as soon as you find a job because it's only meant for students. And once you get your citizenship, then of course you'll be treated as a citizen. So of course, if you become a student again, you get a CAF. Your social security will still be included until the end. And retirement basically is based on how many years of experience you have in France when you retire. Because normal students who are French students, they start at 23. We Indians, we normally start at 30, 28. So of course, the amount is lesser than usual French, students who start earlier in their jobs. But yes, we do qualify for retirement as well.
So I currently I'm living in France and I'm doing the Assistana program. So I am kind of paying the taxes. So my whatever I'm paying as taxes will be counted as well, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Hello, may I ask you a question?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, this is Venkata Salabadi. Actually, I am a working professional. I have 18 plus years of experience, and I worked for different companies. And my clients all are French clients. So my question is, do I have any opportunity to continue my employment or study any kind of study in France?
Okay, so which city are you based in right now?
I'm based in Pondicherry.
You're based in Pondicherry. Okay. And what is your question again? You are looking for a job, or you're looking for studies, or both?
Study. Both study and employment.
Okay, okay. And what is your overall number of experience?
18 plus.
18 plus.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think people who have more than 10 years of experience or maybe 15 years of experience, I would suggest them to do an executive program. Okay. But that that's a little bit different program. It has no relation with the jobs or finding a job in France. But of course, you are a student of the elitist schools in the world of France, and then you may apply for the job based on your experience. It also depends which field are you from. So if you are let's say uh, fashion industry or engineering or business, I mean it depends
IT.
how. Yeah, sorry.
IT background.
IT is among definitely one of the best for the success of the students. I would just give you a small example. We have a very good tie-up with Apita, which is based in Paris. In month of May, they are visiting with us in different cities in India, and their ratio is that good number of students, let's say more than 90% of students are getting their jobs within 3 months of time. Their average salary is even higher. Sometimes it is 41,000, or it's definitely way above 35,000 euros, and so on. So if you are a student, but if you are a student of EPIDA, you have this benefit. But if you have an 18 years of experience, and then I don't know how you would like to study. You would like to study executive, or maybe alternates, or you want to study full time for 1 year and then you go and find your job in IT. But there are possibilities.
Yeah, may I get your guidance on that? So how do I get in touch with you?
Sorry, say it again, man.
May I get your guidance on that to pursue a course like executive course or anything? So how do I get in touch with you?
So man, it's first you need to take a decision on you want to study full time or you want to study part time. Okay. Definitely, when you are studying like an executive, you are not usually a student. You are a student of the university, but you are not like like having a student visa and then doing the program like a student. It's a different story for an executive people. But if you are willing to go for the full-time studies for a year and then you want to apply, then again, then yes, school will help you for everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but if you have questions, definitely just write us an email about it. We will see your case in detail and support you for this.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
That's all.
Yes, Varun or Gaurav.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And can I speak? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. It was wonderful to see you there. Basically, I have a background of French. I have completed my bachelor and master in French from Banaras in the university here in India. And from last 6 years, I'm working as a French analyst, senior analyst with HSBC, based out to Bangalore.
Okay.
From last year, I have through campus plans, I have tried last year for the study for the IR, International Relation and Management courses. I have chosen twice 2 of the management courses and 1 of the course for the International Relation in University of Broadway. But unfortunately, at the end, the people have declined my applications. So now from this year, well, I'm looking for the opportunity. That if you can guide, actually, why I lose this, I feel though it was because of proper guidance. I don't get good proper guidance from actually campus France. On that time, they won't help me in such a way for the public university. Actually, that's why I didn't get opportunity. So now I'm looking for the good opportunity. If you have proper channel who can get for the everything, it will be really helpful for me. I'm looking for the management courses, especially for the public university in France.
Okay.
Because being a student of public university in India, I can understand the value and the cost of the public university. I understand the facilities of public universities even in France. So
Correct.
if you can guide further for the application and everything, that will be really great for me.
Okay. So Varun, you said you applied for the public university last year?
Last year, I have applied for the university of two to three university. From
Okay.
Campus France, I have paid that 2,000 rupees as well for the
Okay.
fee of Campus France.
Okay.
But at the end, I didn't get any reason from university because of some sort of reason. I don't. The people not mention proper reason, but I was very much clear about. I lack guidance from Campus France actually about the university.
Okay.
The people won't actually guide me properly. That's why it happened. If they have guided me properly, certainly I have my visa and application with me. But now I'm looking for the because I have a background of French, from bachelor and master in French.
Okay.
And I think there 6 years of professional experience. Now I'm looking for the good opportunity in public university. It can be management, international management, or it can be IR, or international relations.
So Varun, what is your level in French? Is it like B1, B2?
Master is something like the C1 level. It's bachelor in it's bachelor in French, master in French from BHU here. We have a two university, JNU and Pondicherry and IFCCI and BHU. 3 or 4 university in India which is good for the degree courses in French.
Okay. What is your work experience, Varun? 6 years.
I have 6 years of job experience with working with HSBC Bank here in Bangalore.
Okay. Well, interesting profile. Glad that your Master of France C1 is really a good achievement, right? And yes, definitely you can apply for the universities, the public universities. But that's a little bit tricky. Sometimes you get accepted with the public universities, sometimes you're not, because public universities have thousands of applications, and main is the French-speaking African countries, Morocco or maybe Cote d'Ivoire and other places are there. Yes, so you are competing with lot of countries, okay, for public universities. This might be one of the reason, or maybe one of the reason that you were not so successful in your application last time. But I would say you can keep trying, okay, and explore universities and.
I need your guidance. I'm again trying for this. For that, I need your guidance from you. That you people can help me for all the processes of the university.
Sure.
And I believe that people help me. Certainly, I will achieve something.
Okay. So Varun, definitely keep in touch with IFCCI team and then share us your CV and your interest, and then we will take it forward from there, and we will be in touch with you directly after that. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. And if one supplementary question for you, sir. I'm looking for the opportunity of scholarship as well, because bigger university, I'm looking for the scholarship as well from the France. If I will be getting a good opportunity for master program in management courses, it will be really helpful for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So see, you have already gone through the process. When you see, you were in the portal of Campus France and you found thousands of courses in public universities. So definitely there are wide range of programs are there, and we will discuss about it for sure.
Okay, sure, sir. How to connect
Can you share your CV? Sorry, can you share your email ID?
Yes, Mayan.
Can you share your email address so that we will get in touch with you?
Okay.
Share our CV.
I think in the invitation you had received one email ID. So please respond to that email ID and invitation, and then there is a process to take it forward from there.
Okay.
Right, Sapna?
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes,
sir. Thank
yes,
you so much.
no problem. If anybody has any queries, you can reply to the ID where you got the link from, and we'll be happy to respond and also connect you to Chetnish's team. Chetnish has a strong team. They'll be able to address and help you and guide you also. So yeah, we'll be able to do that.
Great. Thank you.
See,
Okay. Thank you so much.
our team is a frequent flyer to France. So what we do is we fly to France, we visit the university, we understand how does it work, we feel the university for our students, and then we come back and share information to the students.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Really good. Nice to know this.
Yeah. Gaurav, you have something to say?
Hi, Chitnesh. The
Hey,
session
how are
is
you?
very informative, and yes, I was waiting for a very long time to ask
Yeah.
my question. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, Chitnesh, just my question is that do have France, they have the facility for this job serve visa as well, or do we have to take admission and then we have to search a job?
Yeah, so see, what happens is the university has aged our work, all right?
Mhm.
Uh, uh, you see that whatever happens here in India in some top universities, the same way it is happening in France as well. So you have the campus recruitments, and you have the job boards, and you have some companies like Monster and so on.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of platforms where you get an access to find your job. Okay, and now the question is, how do you know these kind of things? Of course, we are ready to answer this. That, let's say I said with you that you go to monster.com, there are n number of sites like that. We can share you the information of the sites so that you can visit those sites and prepare your CV and apply with one click, and or sometimes you have to modify your CV and apply to those positions.
Mhm.
But we can help you to know where you should apply to, and of course we can also help you to see we can see your CV as well. Like as I explained, I have seen many people, many students are good at communication, are good at skills, but their CVs are not up to the mark. So you get the support from the university, and if you wish, you can always get a support from us as well for your CV.
Sure, Chitnesh, thanks. I'll
Thanks.
connect definitely. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Gaurav. Yes, Sachi, how are you? Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Do you
I
have
know,
a
I'm
question,
sorry,
Sachi?
actually. So I really have missed a lot of things, but I really had these questions here. Like, I don't know, I think y'all have already answered it. I'm a working professional and I intend to, like, yeah, I was wondering if what are the opportunities for professionals in France, and also, I don't know if I think I've missed all the answers now.
Sachi, I heard very little about it, but you are an alumni of?
Of Alliance Française.
Oh, you. So did you study B1, B2 something, or what is your
Yeah,
position?
I've completed B2 from Alliance Française, and I intend to
Oh,
complete C2 as
super.
well as I'm a working professional. So I
Okay.
was wondering what are the opportunities for working professionals in France if I have to study and work.
Yes. Okay. See, Sachi, what is your overall experience?
I have around 20 years experience as an admin professional,
20 years of
as an executive
experience.
assistant, yeah, executive assistant or admin professional.
Okay. I would in this case definitely suggest you either alternance program, which is like a student study program where you study
Okay.
for 1 week and job for 3 weeks. Okay,
Okay.
or definitely you can, again, like I explained Mayan, you can also go for your executive program,
Mm-hmm.
and but that's not like a student core student studies. Huh? It's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So search for alternance programs, maximum alternance programs.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
I'll
and
check that.
just
Yeah. Sure.
write it to me because you already did B2, you are B2 level, and we will see which are the universities offering alternance program, and then we
Sure.
can definitely suggest you. Mayan, it is the same for you. Oh, but I'm not sure your French level, but of course you can always connect for this?
Me too. Completed B2 level.
Super. Okay, so in this case, just connect with us for the alternates program.
Okay, I mean, you'll be sharing your mail ID. I'm sorry, I really didn't know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
So ordnance programs is only for someone who have like more than 10 or 15 years of experience, not for someone with 3 or 4 years of experience.
No, so alternates program is open for everybody, but they should have a little bit experience. So 3 to 4 years of experience can be acceptable experience.
Okay.
So of course, if you have 3 or 4 years of experience, and see, what I have personally experienced is for alternates program, it's always good that you speak good French, because you are flying to France, and maybe from the second or third month you are looking for working in France, right? So if you are already comfortable with the language, then it's easier for you.
Okay, got it.
Hello. So I have another question. Like one of the people over here said that even they want to pursue international relations, and so do I. I want to pursue international relations and diplomacy, and I'm mostly looking forward for Sciences Po because that's one of the top universities, and I love the program that they're offering. However, my background is more from the linguistic side. I have done my graduation in French, majors in French, and my minors were history and philosophy. And as a
Okay.
matter of fact, I know that the competition is really tough, and they would want me to do my graduation again from the beginning if I really want to get into this. So, which I don't want to. Meanwhile, I want to can you suggest me certain ways where I can build my profile stronger? Maybe pursue some part-time courses or something like that, which can build my profile stronger, and then I can directly pursue my masters from here rather than starting from license again.
Okay, so Nutika, how about Science Po? What happened with Science Po? Did you apply?
No, I did not apply, but I know many people that not all the applicants, are accepted because the competition is very strong, and people from all over the world apply for this university, especially the Paris one. So the Sorbonne University and everything. So I just want to make sure that my profile is strong, and it seems like we just have 3 chances to apply here, and later on you can't apply. So I want to make sure that I get it right.
Yeah. Well, Nitika, I would suggest that prepare a list of few schools that you wish to apply. What is your work experience again?
So I have been in India. Back in India, I used to work as French teacher, and now I'm in France and I'm working as English assistant. I'm doing the Assistana program.
Okay, and for how many years?
This is my first year for Assistana program, and I graduated back in October 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay, yeah. So I would say that if I were you, I always apply for Science Po. I would give it a shot. All right. So try to do that. Of course, like you said, it's very competitive program. But sometimes some schools have some seats for some countries. Okay. Say if somebody is applying for Morocco, they have 10% seats for Morocco, but the number of applications for Morocco could be around maybe 100 students. But if you are an Indian national living in France, and they want 10% of the seats, but number of applicants applying from India for this program might be lower than Morocco. So this is also happening with some schools. Of course, Science Po again is very competitive, but I would say just prepare the list of schools and in an apply.
But what about the 10? Okay, so you're saying basically there is quota for each country, and if the number of seats are not fulfilled, then it goes to another country. Is it so?
No. So this actually, we don't use the word quota, but usually they want to have a mixture of students in the classroom. Okay. Yeah. So just imagine if you go to the school like Science Po, they definitely take care of this issue that they should not have one nationality students. They want diverse nationalities, multicultural students. So they always, if they have a classroom of 20 students, they would wish there should not be any student from one nationality. There shouldn't be more than 3 students from one nationality. I mean, this is
They want
what usually most of the
multicultural.
schools do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sutika. Okay, so I think Sapna, I had a very good interaction with people, and you want to come on and we can discuss now, just a few minutes to wrap up our session. Or Bhakti?
Fitnesh, yeah, hi. So
Yes,
are we done with the questions?
Yes, I think I really enjoyed the session. Wonderful people, wonderful experience, and I would love to meet some of them in future. Yes.
I'm sure we'll connect them, and there are people who have queries. They'll write to us, and we'll get them connected to the team. So I think that's nice, and it's great. We're very happy that they got clarity, and even you could, create a lot of value. So I'm going to ask Bhakti. We can wind up. She'll do the vote of thanks. And so Bhakti, over to you.
Yes, I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Chetnesh Mishra, for such valuable insights about studying in France. We would also like to thank all our attendees for their engaging participation in our webinar. I would again add that IFCCI has an exclusive HR and recruitment service. So if you'd like to come back after your studies in France, you can register your CV with us and we can assist you with suitable job opportunities. In case you have any more questions, you can email us on employment.service@ifcci.org.in. I have also mentioned this email ID in the chat. You can get it from the chat box. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Bhakti.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, the whole team here. Great efforts, and
Neha's also there. Neha, you can switch on your camera. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll also send the link. We'll upload it on the IFCCI YouTube page. So you can go and have a look at it, share it with your friends. And yeah, I think that's it from our side. So have a great day, everybody. Should we end there?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the session.